Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys in California. Before I begin, give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. I pray that the Most High blesses this lesson this morning, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past, in order to understand events that are currently happening on the earth, so we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. Brethren, we're going to talk right now about something that happened about almost a week ago, where the White House Chief Meadows says we're not going to control the pandemic after coronavirus cases hit record high. Now, this is I think, a very telling statement, because when have the Gentiles ever said that they can't do something? They're very proud people, and they've always been about trying to, project themselves as being in positions of power, being in positions of control. When do you hear them ever say, we can't do something, we give up, we're just going to have to take whatever's coming? And the thing is, you got to look at who is saying this. These are the people that are in the higher or the upper echelons of society. These are the ones who know more than the average Joe. And when they're telling you things like this, White House, says that we're not going to control the pandemic, that lets you know something. Now, see, people are putting their faith in men. That's why they're taking this vow right now with this vote, and they're throwing their hat behind either Trump or Biden. Newsflash: neither of them are going to control the virus. Neither of them are the Most High. Everything that comes, good and bad, to nations, to the world, come from the Most High. And everyone putting their hats behind either of these candidates are actually just turning their back on the Most High. And now let's kind of like put a lot of this information together as to why he's saying this. We had the $20 bill, which actually has 2020 already on there. So these people have already known that 2020 was going to be a transitional year. They had the woman with the mask on. So they knew that there was going to be something that was going to be coming. There was going to be a transition period. A plague, mind you. Most High uses plagues regularly. These people already knew that. So if they put that on their money how many decades ago, then you don't think they already knew that there was going to be something that was going to be coming that they were not going to control? That's just one point. What about the fact that our 400 years, 1619, 2019, has come to the end? And now the curses are coming off of us and going on the other nations. You don't think the people in the upper echelon of society already know this? You don't think they know this? The awakening of the Most High's chosen people. The Most High turning his head from the Gentiles to the Israelites. You don't think that these people already know this? Of course they do. The signs in the sky. I just saw a comment right now on the last video that talked about how the blue moon hasn't occurred since World War II. Now, if that's the case, that's a huge sign, would you not think? That the blue moon doesn't show up. It hasn't shown up since World War II, and right now we're on the doorstep of World War III, and now the blue moon shows up again. See, when our priests were here, and they were in power, they had their they had their job, and they would be able to read the stars. They would be able to tell us these kinds of things. We see the Most High is now bringing out people. People are researching. We're bringing information together. Like I said, and if that's true, I said that's a huge sign. We're in the middle of, an election. I said, you see people putting their faith. We're in pretty much a pandemic that's raging out of control. We're now seeing the worst numbers that we've ever seen since this started. And we got one candidate acting as if uh, things are getting better. We're turning the corner and just ignoring all the numbers. And we have another candidate who says he's going to implement whatever his plan is, which is not going to fix anything. This plague is from the Most High. These people already know this. Average Joe still thinks that white Jesus is coming to save them. Average Joe still has faith in white Jesus and still refuses to acknowledge the Most High's chosen people. This is just the beginning. Then I was hearing about people talking about fatigue, corona fatigue. Now, see, our new year began in March. The lockdowns began in March. They dealt with about 7 months of inconvenience, and they're tired already. See, you guys have ignored our plight for the last 500 plus years. So we're going to tell you, like you told us, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, work a little harder. Anything's possible if you put your mind to it. This is the kind of BS you guys have been telling us this whole time. Don't get all upset now. After 7 months, you got hundreds and hundreds of years. You got almost 1,000 years still left on this sentence. You're only 7 months into it. I know your pastors and priests ain't gonna tell you that, but this is just the beginning. Most High said, pay to them double. And see, that's why you have comments like this. They're signaling each other. They're telling you right now, we're not going to control the pandemic. When do you ever think you would ever hear that? But they know that they can't control it. They know that our awakening, they can't control because they have no control over anything. Even though they've been projecting power this whole time, projecting themselves as being, all powerful, all knowing. Now the Most High is showing you that, and rather quickly within 7 months, oh man, we give up. We give up. We're done. Yeah, you're right. You are done. And the Most High, like I said, put that on this guy, that's Mark Meadows here, or Meadows, whatever his name is, to say. Most people just brush it off and act like it's no big deal. But it's a huge deal. Because, like Trump would say, well, after Tuesday, no one's going to care about it. It's just going to go away. I said the plague is just going to go away. No, it's not. Then people are like, oh, well, we're coming up to the worst 2 months that this is going to be. How do you know? Why would it be only 2 more months? See, if they try to do with society is this. They try to make it seem as if nothing is that bad. Or there's hope for the future for them. And that's what they're pushing. Oh, well, after we get past these next 2 months, we'll be okay. No, you won't. You guys said that a few months. You guys said that a few months ago. Oh, we just got to get past the next 2 weeks and things are going to get better. No, they didn't. You know why? Part of it is this. Okay. Well, of course, the fact that you guys have come to the end of your guys' reign. But this also, we've been telling you guys for years, don't do these holidays that they have. We've been telling you, don't do Halloween, don't do Thanksgiving, don't do Christmas, don't do 4th of July. Don't be doing all these holidays. And you guys are like, these Gentiles are like animals. They're like, oh, I'm not going to give up anything else. I've already sacrificed, and they're not taking away my Thanksgiving. They're not going to take away my Christmas. I've already given up. And I said, you guys haven't given up anything. But see, that's the thing. As you guys continue with these holidays, the plague gets worse because you turn your back on the Most High even more, and he ramps up your punishment. So when you go out tonight, don't be surprised if in a couple of weeks, everything is just shooting up again. Then you get the things taken. People are like, oh, I have to see my family. Well, it's going to shoot up again. So, because that's what's been happening after the holidays, because everybody wants to get together. They tell you guys not to, but they don't tell you the real reason. The real reason why you shouldn't be doing them is because it's against the Most High. They're telling you, well, okay, well, we can't tell them that. We can't tell them that, that these holidays that we've been supporting are for Satan. We can't tell them that. So let's say, okay, you know what? You guys can't get together um, because of the virus, because of the plague, and you guys need to social distance. See, they're trying to get you guys to go away from these holidays, but not telling you why you need to get away from these holidays. These holidays are going to get you killed. We've been telling our families, I mean, all of us here, I'm sure we've been telling our friends and families forever, don't eat that pork. Don't do those holidays. And they just laughed us off. Now the Most High is telling you, don't do these holidays. Don't eat this food. Don't participate in these kinds of activities. And you guys are going crazy. And you guys are saying, no, 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 no. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I've already sacrificed. My kids can't go to school. I got to watch my own kids. So I've been sacrificing. Oh, well, I didn't travel this summer. I didn't go on our regular summer vacation. So I sacrificed. See, that's their mentality. They think them not and being able to enjoy our blessing, enjoy our lands, that's a sacrifice to them. And now the Most High is ramping it up. Every time you guys try to go out and go do whatever it is you guys want to do, it's not just random that people are catching the plague. You participate in certain things that the Most High told us forever not to do, and then these things happen. So that's why you sit there and see this guy Meadows. We're not going to control the pandemic. You're right. He's telling you the truth. The good old days are gone. You guys love to say the good old days are here again. That's never going to be said again. Not for you guys. Not for the wicked. The good old days are here again. Never going to be said. That song is not going to be sang again over here, anywhere, because we're realizing we have places all over the world that you guys have to pay for. We have lands all over the world that need to be cleansed. Now, it started to make sense as to why you guys had us focus so much on one little itty bitty little piece of strip of land when there's so much more that has to be cleansed and you guys have to pay for. Yeah, so I said I didn't get this to read the article. I could care less about the article because I already know why he's saying this, because the Most High made him say it. So people might realize the fact that this virus is not going to be cured, not going to be changed. It's not just going to go away. It's not just going to disappear on November 4th. And that the Most High is in charge of absolutely everything. This is why the Most High is raising up his people, giving us this knowledge and understanding, showing us that we have power, showing us that we are not alone. We have not been alone. But now the Most High is definitely out here, flexing his muscles. And he's barely even started flexing. What do you think was going to happen when he really gets serious? When he really starts to bring the pain? Well, we know what he's going to be doing. The Most High is going to be laughing. Because when the bad things start to happen to the other nations or the people he's going against at that time, the Most High laughs. Laughs at their calamity. So it's no wonder that he would say that we're not in control we're not going to control the pandemic, because they've never been able to control anything. They've just been blessed for a time to keep us under their thumb. They've been blessed for a time. The Most High gave us to them for a time, and that time is over with. That's why they've been keeping books away from us, keeping away Enoch, keeping away the 70 shepherds, keeping away that understanding, because once you get that, then when you hear things like we're not going to control the pandemic, you understand that they were just the 70 shepherds that were put over us for a time. And now that time is over with. So when you start to go back and look at the videos that, the Most High is blessed to be able to put up, you can start to put that information together. As he gives us more knowledge and understanding, knowledge is increasing, they're losing power. Now the cat's out of bag about so many different things about who we are, where we come from, the lands, how the fact that they have no control, they have no understanding of the scriptures, and that pretty much the people that are still listening to them are just mindless people who don't want to read, don't want to listen, or the Most High doesn't want to get this information. We understand we don't have to waste our time trying to give this to the whole world. We have a Catholic or universal mindset that was put on us, and we have been made to think that we got to give this to everybody. When we know it's all the opposite. We go after the ones, we just drop seeds to the ones, and the ones the Most High calls are the ones that are going to get it. But see, the churches have tried to make it seem as if we need to go after everybody. Not everybody is worthy. Not everybody is called. Everyone is not allowed to get this. So when they see certain stories like this, we're not going to control the pandemic. They will take it and then they'll just make a news story out of it. It'll be in the news cycle for a day or two, and then it'll just disappear. But this is a huge statement, and it's a huge admission that they have lost control. It's a huge admission that they know they've never been in control, and that now the Most High is raising up His people. Now they're like, oh, we're really up a creek now. So they're finding that the Most High is now leading them again like He used to. The Most High always, gave us knowledge and understanding. That's why they always came to us. That's why they cherished this time of them being the ones that supposedly were all knowing, and that we would have to kind of, listen to what they had to say. And they loved that. They loved being in that position. No more. You guys are only seven months into this. I said, and now it's going to get a lot worse. All praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who was wisdom, who was the Holy Spirit. Acknowledge Hawashai. Before I say shalom, don't forget to pray this evening during this blue moon, the first one since World War II. Shalom.